What's going on, collectors? Optical 20 here for another video review. This time it's Rick Grimes from Threezero, The Walking Dead. You can purchase this figure at bigbadtoystore.com. Just click the link in the description. And here we go. We'll start off with the packaging. I like the packaging because it's small. You know, it doesn't come with a shipper box, especially if you buy it from Big Bad. They ship it pretty nicely. It comes with the outside packaging, a different shipper box. But yeah, it's nice and compact, which I do like. The way it's set up is that when you buy it, they don't lay out the accessories and all that stuff. It's already in the figure, so it saves some space. So for you guys, for any guys out there who's collecting, they know the dilemma. You know, when you go to this 20 figures plus now, space becomes a problem. And this boxes, some of us even keep the shipper boxes, accessory box, all that stuff. It's really nice to have something small like this. As I recommend, as was checking them out too, because their boxes are pretty cool. Obviously you're not gonna buy them because of the boxes, but I like the fact that they're trying to make it easy for the consumers. And there you go, see the packaging. It's really nice. The actual actor right there, and you open it up, it says survive. So even though it's small in size, it still looks pretty good. It gives you that, because it's still pretty expensive. It's $160 retail, so it doesn't look cheap. That's what I'm trying to say here, is that even though it's nice and compact, it still gives you that nice feeling when you open them up. And one thing, this is the first time I saw this on a figure. Individual hands with pegs on them, which is pretty cool. And also you see he has this machete right here. It's made out of plastic. Unfortunately, I wish it would have been die cast. It just gives you, even though it's really painted really nice, it just gives you that little feeling of if it's die cast. It just feels good knowing that one of your figures is I guess as realistic as it could be, but look wise it still looks pretty good, with the handle and all that stuff. It's nice and glued on there. He also comes with this I believe this is AK-74. Nice gun right here. You can't really compare the quality to a Hot Toys rifle, so to speak. As you can see here, the magazine doesn't come out, the stock doesn't fold, it's monotone. It would have been nice if they did some different shades here. You can see the iron sight flips up. You can't take it out. Normally you can get the stock to fold. It's just cheap looking. It's a weapon, I guess. You can take out the sling. But like I said, you can't compare it to a Hot Toys weapon. That's where they stand out. He also comes with this knife. It's pretty nice. It doesn't fold up or down though, but it just sticks in his pocket. It's a nice addition. I didn't even notice this. It's in his pocket when I bought it. I was like, okay, so I was inspecting it more. There's actually more in his belt. Some clips for his 6-shooter. This one right here. This one's a pretty nice looking gun, at least, and then the chamber opens up. You can actually, he has some extra bullets in his belt. I didn't take it out because it's just a pain in the ass to put the belt back up. It's made out of rubber, and I'm always scared that I'm gonna break those little tabs that's included in there. But as you can see here, it's nice looking detail right here. It's pretty cool. At least this is his signature gun. And if you watch the show, it doesn't run out of ammo. Yeah, I guess he has infinite bullets on. Even the scene with I think season 3 where Herschel is just shooting shotgun all over the place. I think he shot like 20 rounds without reloading, which is amazing. You can see the actual figure itself. This figure overall, I think it's pretty good, especially if you are, if you're not expecting much. It's $160. The outfit is decent. So if you have a custom head sculpt of Rick Grimes or whatnot, from the past, so I know this is one of the figures that's been customized. This one and Walter White back in the day are the two most popular figures to be customized, because it's a pretty popular show. So you can see there the hands. This is one thing I don't like about it's open up. Threezero. I mean, the color of the hands to the body and to the face is different. I mean, how hard can it be? You know, it's a bit annoying, and also their hands just looks cheap. Use a different rubber. You know, I gave them props earlier for having pegs in individual hands, which is pretty awesome. His holster is made out of rubber too. It could have been leather, you know, just to give it a bit more realism right here. But you know, I would have preferred. It doesn't really bother me, but I would have preferred leather, even though, you know, that might deteriorate over time. But I think it just gives it a more realistic look and the feel. You know, we go into this hobby, this expensive collectibles, for those subtle things. I guess you can sacrifice some of them, but you know, at the end of the day, it's still a $160 figure, and you would expect. I guess if it's your first figure, you wouldn't notice it, but you know, being this hobby for so long now, that you know, subtle things like that's what separates this hobby from, let's say, collecting Marvel Legends or something like that, because you know, those little attention to detail that you're looking for. But overall, it's nice. You know, the pants, you can see his jeans right here, and then the back, as you can see there, that's where he stores his extra ammo for his 6-shooter. Pretty nice. He got some torn jeans right there. I like this weathering. Even his jacket, I really like the jacket. It just, I guess the material is a bit too stiff. I don't know if you've seen some pictures of him online. I'm pretty sure this figure has been out for a while. The only problem with this jacket, I mean, it's nice, it's suede, it has some weathering on it, it looks worn and torn. It's just not, I don't know how to say this, it doesn't fit right, so it gives him the impression that he doesn't have a neck. As you can see, those damn hands again. I mean, I had the same issue with Walter White. Walter White, I guess, is a bit better as far as head sculpt quality. You can see that's the sheath for his machete. Pretty nice looking set right here. You know, some red handles, kind of dirty. I like this dirty looking. You know, it looks like he's been in a battle of some sort, which is how it's supposed to be. You know, right there. And let's go to the head sculpt. It's the big elephant in the room. Does it look like Rick Grimes? It's a tough one. The paint apps is not very good, but I mean, at least I know it's Rick Grimes. If you watch the show, you would probably know it's Rick Grimes. If you don't, then you know, you're probably gonna be like, who is this guy? It's passable. It's passable, especially for the price. It's for $160. I wouldn't expect a Hot Toys quality, but at the same time, I did like their Walter White, and I think the Walter White is. And they were made by the same company. I know they could be better. Same price as Walter White. Walter White didn't even came with a lot of accessories either. I think he came with one gun and a bunch of money, some hat, different sunglasses and all that stuff. But it's passable. You know, it's not terrible. It's also not great. So if I have to rate it, I would give it a 6 or a 5 out of 10. Although I don't really give those ratings, but you know, it's Rick Grimes. It's just not Andrew Lincoln. Let's put it that way. It's still a very fun figure, I might add. It's all about futzing. If you've seen some of his pictures online, like I said, there's this impression that he doesn't have a neck. Well, he does. The unfortunate part is that his face is a different color than his neck. I don't know what Threezero is doing, but they gotta get their act together when it comes to the color of the body, to the face and hands and all that stuff. Their hands, first and foremost, is terrible. It doesn't look realistic at all. The face could be better. The outfit, I think, is great. The accessories that it comes with is okay. For the price, I guess it's fair what you're getting. Especially now that a regular Hot Toys figure is almost $230, $235. A regular figure, you know, I'm not talking about like Yoda or anything like that. Even Yoda is more expensive than this guy, and this is a full-size figure. Licensed as well. The quality, like I said, it's gonna come down to the head sculpt. If you pop this head sculpt off and replace it with a custom one, I think it would look a lot better. And also, if they can't get the neck to the face right, like the color wise, just make it one piece. You know, just make it, you know, just a one piece head and neck, so at least the color matches. The hands, maybe you can get away with it, because, you know, in this case, you know, the hand, you can cover his wrist to his hands, and even if it doesn't match, it's fine. But face and neck, you know, I don't know, it's kind of crucial. So, I mean, but the good thing about this figure is the body's pretty tight. You can put him in several poses, and there's no restriction as far as his outfit, body is concerned. The body's actually okay. You know, it's not loose. It doesn't feel cheap. Although it's not Hot Toys quality, but you know, it can hold its own. Just the color that kind of bothers me. So you can see there's a slit on his like jacket on the wrist part, and you can see, I mean, it doesn't look good. Like I said, you know, before you post this figure, you want to take pictures of it. You can see it's real time. He's okay. He looks better. You know, he looks like he has a neck. But most of the pictures, even before I bought this figure, if you go to websites or some forums or in Facebook, he just doesn't look good in pictures, especially if you don't spend time with him. I guess you can do a water treatment on the jacket, but the downside to that is you'll see this shiny neck. You know, I mean, it's up to you, whatever you want to do with the figure. Would I recommend the figure? Sure. You know, I'm a big Walking Dead fan. But at the same time, this is the same reason why I only bought what do you call this, Walter White from this line. I love Game of Thrones, but I kind of think that their Game of Thrones line is a bit weak. Weak in a sense that it's a good representation of the character. It's just not up to standards, I would say. They're Jon Snow. Yes, it is Jon Snow. I know it's Jon Snow because I've been collecting for a while, and you know, I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones. But for somebody who doesn't collect 1/6, maybe they would recognize him from the outfit, but it just doesn't scream like $160 to me. You know, if I'm already spending upwards of $150, I mean, I'd go the extra mile and pay a little bit more just to make it, you know, realistic. The paint apps, they're hit or miss. You know, I've seen their prototype for Daenerys. It looks good, but who knows how the finished product is gonna be. But it's okay. You know, like I said, 160, not too bad, not too bad. Now it depends to you. Now to me, I obviously bought this figure, but I already sold it out. I'm hoping for another Rick Grimes figure, the one that kind of looks a little closer to him, with a little less, you know, I got a bunch of nitpicks about this guy, and like I said, it's nitpicks. It's up to you whether you can live with it or not. I still recommend him. I personally wouldn't, you know, keep in my collection. I got way too many figures already, and if it's not up there, in my opinion, I wouldn't keep it. I kept Walter White. I like the show so much, and I think he's pretty great. You know, it's a nice figure. This one's nice too. Just, I don't know, but if, like I said, if you wanted to get this figure, it's not bad. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. You know, so think about it. I mean, it's 160. It's still a lot of money, cheaper than most figures, 1/6 figures that you're gonna get. But if you do get him, I think at least you're gonna get your money's worth about the posability and options that you can do. You know, he's a really cool figure to take pictures with, as long as you take some time and effort to kind of fix his outfit, do a nice pose and all that stuff. So thank you for watching, guys. Please like or subscribe this video. This really helps me a lot, and until the next review.